Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushai, for allowing his word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called, According to the Bible, a woman has been found to be more bitter than death. All right, let me say it again, okay? The name of the lesson is called, According to the Bible, a woman has been found to be more bitter than death. Okay, this is not me saying this. This is not me that has a personal attack on women. Over at the church, Yahushua Milwaukee the Truth, we love our sisters. There's some good sisters out there, some good-hearted sisters out there. But at the same time, according to the Bible, it speaks about women are being found to being more bitter than death. All right, and this is important, man, because there's an extreme vibration that's going on with the women today. The women today it's almost like they're walking around with a chip on their shoulder, man. It's like they got reserve anger, reserve vengeance, reserve madness that's going on, man. And this is a cold-blooded word, because I'm going to show you in the scriptures, even in the ancient times, you had this vibration going on with our sisters, and it's going on today as well. What you see on the screen, this is what it looks like. If you want to see what a bitter woman is, this is a perfect example of what a bitter woman looks like. Okay? Now, there's various reasons why women are bitter today. Some of the reasons could be because of the men that they either been with or dealing with. They could be bitter due to whatever, personal circumstances that they could be dealing with. Is various reasons why a woman is bitter. Okay? But the most important thing is a woman being bitter. A woman has been found to be more bitter than death. Okay? So when you analyze that, in other words, think about it. We all that's living, we want to live. Nobody welcomes death. Death is going to happen. We're born and we're going to die one day. Okay? And according to the Bible, death, okay, is better than a bitter woman, man. A dangerous woman. Okay? We're going to deal with a bad woman that's cunning and full of madness. These particular women are dangerous. And I'm not saying all women, but there's a nice amount of women that fit this description. Bad women that are cunning, full of madness, being very dangerous, according to the Bible. Okay? And if you sincere brothers out there, man, if you're fortunate to have a woman, hey, man, don't be surprised if she's bitter, man, or difficult. I mean, you're going to run into that at some point in life, regardless whether you in high school, college, an adult. So at some point in life, you're going to run into this. And as a spiritual man, you got to know how to deviate from that. When you meet a woman, she's not going to, well, you would think, your first time meeting her, she's not going to look like this. The inside of her might look like this, but her outer appearance is not going to be like this. But at some point, when she show you that she's this right here, what you see on the screen, then you have to make the adjustment. You have to do the corresponding action that comes with that. Now, we're going to come to you in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26. And it says, "And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her." You see that, man? That's cold-blooded. That's Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26. Again, it says, "And I find more bitter than death the woman." This is King Solomon speaking, who was, if not the wisest man in Israel, he was one of the wisest. He said, "And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands." Get this. It says, "Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her," man. That's cold-blooded, man. Now listen, man, before I break down Ecclesiastes 7, verse 26, we're not saying that if you find a woman that can be difficult, a woman that can be mean, we're not saying she's a bad woman, she's a dangerous woman. We're saying a woman that's whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Okay, that's a woman that's bitter than death, and you want to try to escape her if you can. And if you're a man of the Lord or a servant of the Lord, you're going to be able to escape from her. But if you're a sinner, man, she's going to take you, man. You're going to be overcome by her. Now, the first thing I want to speak on in Ecclesiastes 7 and 26, it says, "And I find more bitter than death the woman." Wow. So if a man had to choose between death and a woman is more bitter than death, man. So you better off dying. You better off experiencing death than dealing with not just any kind of woman. No, we're talking about a bad woman that's cunning, dangerous, and full of madness. That's the woman we're talking about. We're not just talking about women in general. It's a particular type of woman that speaks about. It says, "Whose heart is snares and nets," whose heart is a trap, is an entanglement, unexpected involvement in difficulty of you getting away from it. See? That's what her heart brings. It says her heart, whose heart is snares and nets. Okay? It says, "And her hands as bands, and her hands as restraints, as bounds." Okay? Her hands is going to confine you together. You see? It says, "Whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape from her, shall be able to flee and avoid her, shall be able to get out the way of this woman, shall be able to obtain security and relief from this woman." But see, this would be somebody who pleaseth Yahweh. You see? If you please Yahweh, man, you're going to be able to flee from this woman, avoid this woman, get out of the way of this woman. You'll be able to obtain security and relief from this woman, you see? Because you got that 8-pound gorilla behind you, man, that's going to get you out the way. He's going to usher you out the way. But then on the flip side, okay, But the sinner, one that does not please Yahweh, shall be what? Apprehended. She shall be taken, apprehended, captured, caught, okay, by this woman, man. You see? This ain't no game, man. It's a lot of beautiful, kind-hearted, good women out there. But it's also some that's very cunning, that's very dangerous, that's full of madness, set on destroying you, man. And when I say destroying you, we're not talking about killing you, but just ruining you, man. And if you're a spiritual man, she's spiritual ruin to you. But if you please it Yahweh, man, he's going to be able to help you get away from that, man. Why? Because it's no good for you spiritually, man. You see? It's cold-blooded, man. What's the name of the lesson, man? According to the Bible, a woman has been found to be more bitter than death, man. And I'm going to give you a cold precept as we get ready to close out in Proverbs 2:19. It says, none that go unto her return again, neither take they hold of the paths of life. Check that out, man. In other words, the man who visits this woman is doomed. He will never reach the path of life, man. Whew. That's cold-blooded, man. And this is according to the Holy Scriptures, man. Like I said, we got love for our sisters, man. It's a lot of good women out there. All women ain't, bad, dangerous, you understand, full of madness. But it's a lot there that is. So you sisters out there that's opposite of this particular woman, then you in a good place, you in a good space. This is not towards you. This speaks about a bad woman that's cunning, that's full of madness, that's very dangerous, that's very ruinous. That's the woman that's being found to be more bitter than death, man. Yeah. You brothers out there, man, you meet a woman and, the first couple months, everything is sweet, everything is good. Couple years, y'all still at it, y'all done got married, everything is good, and then out of nowhere, she flip on you, man. You got to watch out for that. But see, if you're a spiritual man and you pleasing Yahweh, you'll be able to escape from that. But like I said, man, if you ain't pleasing the Lord and you out here living for Satan, man, you're going to be giving up to this woman, man. So you brothers out there got to decide what side you're going to be on. Because if you're a spiritual man and you pleasing Yahweh, you ain't got to worry about this woman right here. Nah, the Lord going to step in and be like, psh, flee away from her. But if you somebody that's out there blatantly displeasing the Lord, oh, man, he's going to allow this woman to get you, man. Yeah. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters, man, was edified by this word. We give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. And hey, man, as we get ready to close this word out, just think about this, man. Okay. If you had an encounter with this woman, based off her facial expression, do this woman look like this somebody you would want to introduce your mama to? Does this look like a woman that you would want to introduce your kids to? You see what I'm saying? Is this the woman you bring over to the house during the so-called holiday season? Does anything about this woman says that she's wholesome, she's nice, she's non-threatening? Does anything about the look of this woman says she has the spirit of Sarah? But you got brothers that'll see a woman look just like this and still move forward and deal with her and then wonder why later on he's been apprehended and captured by this woman, trapped, bound, unable to flee from this woman, man. Cold-blooded, man. Shalom.